Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another solo board game playthrough. Today we're playing through Fantastic Factories. This was the other game voted on for the month of May. Fantastic Factories is a sort of worker placement engine building game. It's very, very simple, very straightforward, and it has a solo mode where we go against the machine. And this nice playmat actually has the turn order, or how the machine's turn works. So in a multiplayer game, we would get 4 dice of a color, and then that would be our player colors. But in the solo game, we get the clear dice with the option of possibly getting some more. And then the machine uses one of the other dice for its actions. So we'll just kind of hop into it here. I've got we're using both the what are the expansions? The Subterfuge expansion, and then the other expansion is Manufactions. Manufactions gives us asymmetric player powers. So let's go ahead and take a look at our potential asymmetric player powers. We could be one of these 2 corporations, standard tools. We get a special ability when building the blueprint card. When building a blueprint, you discard. The card you discard does not need to match the tool of the symbol. And we have Reliquary. Monument cards cost 1 metal less to build during the work phase. You may discard a monument type. I think let's do standard tools. It's a little more straightforward. So that's going to be our corporation. I'm going to stick it off to the side here. And this is our starting resources. So we start with 3 cards. We start with 1 metal. We start with 2 energy. That's all the resource we're going to be able to use to build stuff. Let's actually set this up too. And like I said, I'll kind of go over the rules as we're playing. And we're going to be playing against the standard mode of the AI. So the standard mode of the AI, they're going to start with, I think, 3... Yeah, we're going to start on medium. So we're going to give them 3 buildings. So they get 1, 2, and this gets discarded because they don't start with any monuments. That also is a monument. 3. Okay, so that's their starting deal. We're going to draw our 3 cards. Set our hand here. Now, the way the game works is on our turn, there's a market phase. We can discard a card. Here, let me give the anatomy of a card real quick. So these are the buildings. The top is the symbol for the building, and then here are the resources required. When you place a building, you have to discard a card of that same type to build it. So if I want to build this fulfillment center, it's got this blue hammer. I would have to spend 2 metal and energy and discard a blue hammer card to play this card out to get this card in play. Now, with my special ability, I don't need to do that. So the symbols also come in play because in the market phase, we'd be able to discard one of these cards to take that particular, what are they called? Contractors, and get their ability. Or we would be able to just take 1 card from the market for free. We can also discard a resource of any type to refresh either one of those and then redo that. Once we do that, we're going to roll our dice, and then we can assign our dice to our various buildings in our factory or our headquarters. Our headquarters board, as you can see here, can hold different things. So the research part can take any value die, lets us draw a card. The generate, we can only place a 1, 2, or 3 value die, and whatever the value of that die is, we get that much energy. And then the mine can only take a 4, 5, or 6 and gives us 1 metal. But if we have 2 die of the same value in any of those sections, we get an extra thing. And then if we have 3 die of the same value, we get 2 extra things. So let's just jump into it here. And the way the game ends is if we have 10 buildings built, or 12 goods, or the machine has 12 goods, those are like victory points. Once one of us hits those game ends, we'll finish the round, do 1 more round, and the game is over. And then we'll tally up points at the end of the game, and we'll see who wins. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. We're going to do our market phase. Let's see, what is something we can do to make some goods fairly easily? These both produce goods. This requires a lot of dice, though. But we don't care about the value here. So I'm going to grab this Enigma machine as our deal. We'll refresh that, and then we'll roll. Okay, so we've rolled a bunch of 6s and a 4. Let's see. Can we get one of these built out? We can. This requires some energy, which would be a little harder to get out. And we don't have a lot of resources here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to spend all 3 of these for 3 metal plus 2 more because all the values match. So we get 5 metal total. That should last us a little while. And then with the 4, I'm just going to use it to draw a card. from the deck. So that's going to be my turn. I'm done. So now with the machine, we're going to roll the dice. Depending on the green value, it's going to build one of the cards here. If it lands on a 5, they'll wipe the blueprint market and just build the top card of the deck. And then if it's a 6, they will wipe the contractor market and build the top card of the blueprint deck and will sabotage us. We'll get into that when it comes up. And then the other colors will be placed here, and if the value of the die is equal to or less than the cards that are in that area, they'll produce a good. So let's go ahead and roll their die, see what they get. So a 6 happens, I guess, well, we're going to talk about that. That gets placed there, that gets placed there, that gets placed there, and that gets placed there. So this gets removed. They would sabotage us. Sabotaging would place, so they would look to see which building we have with the most goods and place the sabotage token. What happens here is that on our next turn, we can start to repair that. We can't use this building while it's sabotaged, so we can spend a next turn, we can flip this over and place a die there of any value, and then the following turn it'll get removed. However, we have no building, so they can't sabotage us, but those get wiped. And then they're going to build the top card here, and we're going to look. 5 is less than or is greater than 1, so they don't produce a good for training buildings. 2 is less than 1 or greater than 1, so they don't build for any utility buildings. 5 is greater than 2, so they don't do any protection buildings, and then 1 is greater than 0, so they make no they have no special buildings, so they're not going to produce any goods for that. So that's their turn. It's a very easy AI to run, very, very simple. Okay, so let's hop into it on our turn. I'm going to just kind of keep it moving now, and let's get this biolab. And let's roll our dice. Okay, we can get some energy going. So let's get 4 energy. We can start building stuff now. 3 energy for the 3, 1 energy for that, and let's get some stuff built out. So I think some of these things require energy to do stuff. Let's build this out. We're going to build this fulfillment center by spending 2 metal and an energy. And then I want to discard to play that out. I'm going to discard the dojo. Again, normally we'd have to discard the same symbol, but my ability lets us discard anything. We're going to place this 4. So now we've given ourselves a new worker placement space. We're going to place this 4 here. We spend a 4 and 2 energy to gain a good and a metal. I'm going to place that good here because when we're going to place the goods on the buildings that produce them, because when we do that, it'll give the AI a target for sabotaging, because it's going to try to sabotage the thing with the most good that produces the most goods. Let's build this Enigma engine. So we're going to spend 2 and 2. Oh no, 3. Sorry. And we're going to build this Enigma engine out. We're going to discard. I think we're going to discard this concrete plant. So we can spend any 2, and we can spend 2 energy for 2 metal, a metal for 2 cards, or a card for 4 energy. And I think we're going to spend the 1 metal here for 2 cards. And I'm going to use this last one to get a metal. Then we'll discard that. That's going to be our turn. We'll set our hand over to the side. So I'm going to move this down just a tad bit. Okay, let's roll for the machine. Okay, they're going to sabotage again. So they will sabotage this building. They get a 6, they get a 3, a 1, and a 3. So these get wiped. Whoops. And they're going to build this building, which is going to be here. 6 is greater than 2, so no goods. 3 is greater than 1, no goods. 1's less than 2, so they're going to gain a good. And then they don't get a good from here. So they've scored a point, we've scored a point, and they've sabotaged us. So our go. Are there any of these contractors we want? Gain an extra of any value during your work phase. So I could discard. So if I discard one of these, the specialist gives me a value of something. But the problem is I can't really do much with that right now. And I have no energy. I have no energy for these 2. The specialist seems interesting. We could do it and just get the biolab up and running, but I need to spend a value die. I need to spend a die to fix this. So maybe we want to do that. So let's do that. No, maybe I don't want to do that yet. Maybe I want to get a card. Let's take this warehouse. We're going to do that instead. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna roll. Okay, I'm gonna start repairing this. So we're gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna assign a die to it. I think the die that I'm gonna assign is a 6, because this will help. I can get some energy right now. Let's spend these for energy. So it's gonna be 6 or 4 energy. Whoops. I didn't mention this, but at the end of our turn, we have to discard down to how many? I think we discard down to like 8 resources. We also can't build duplicate buildings. I don't remember how many resources, but we're not even close to having that many, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so the 4 can't be used. Let's see. We've got a few different things. These beacons are monuments, and these are the only monuments are typically the only buildings they can have multiples of. And in this case, this beacon says you get 2 points for having 1. You get 3 points for having 2, so 5 points total. It just tells you. So this can, like, you want to get a set of these if you can. But I'm interested in this, but I need to be able to spend a lot of dice for this. Maybe we want to use this Enigma machine to get some energy. These require 2 dice, so we probably don't want to do that. So let's activate this. We're going to discard a card for 4 energy on this Enigma machine. I'm just going to place these here so we know that we use this ability this turn. And then we're going to go ahead and play out. We're going to spend a metal and 3 energy to play this Biolab by discarding this beacon. And then this harvester is really nice. We'll use this for a card draw. Okay, we're going to end our turn. And we'll move these off. Are you serious? So they're going to sabotage this building now. Okay, I need to like figure out how to not roll so many 6s. That's 3 6s in a row. These also get wiped, which is unfortunate because I wanted that one specialist, but that's okay. Then we are going to they're going to build this top card, which is going to be a monument. They don't score here, they don't score here, they don't score here, and they don't score here, so they don't score anything. Our go now. So we're going to take... Man, that was a bummer. We're going to take this oil well. Okay, this gets removed. And then we'll roll. Okay, let's see what we have here. So that's sabotaged. Unfortunately, we can't use that. I don't have a value die for that, which is, again, very unfortunate. Let's play this harvester out. We're going to spend the metal and the 2 energy. And we'll discard this scrapyard for that. We'll spend the 2 1 dice here to get 4 metal, because it's 2 die of the same value. So we'll get 4 metal for that. We'll use this to get a card draw, I think. And then we'll play this oil well, 2 metal and an energy for this oil well by discarding this replicator. And then we'll spend this last die for a mine, or with the mine to get that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use it to recover this building. There you go. Okay, let's roll for the machine. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, it's going to sabotage that. I think it only sabotages point generating deals. Oh, wrong book. I mean, it's going to do that fulfillment center anyway, but I don't understand how I rolled 4 6s in a row. Or 4 6s. Sabotaging the player. It'll sabotage the machine with the most goods on it in the case of a tie if there are no goods on it. I mean, I guess it could technically sabotage something that doesn't have any goods on it. Only disables the active effect of the building. Yeah. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So this gets wiped again. And then they build the top card here. They score nothing, score nothing, scores nothing, score a point. So they have 2 goods now. It's going to be our turn. What do we want to take? I'm actually going to discard this warehouse to use this generalist. So it lets us gain an energy, or 2 energy, a card draw, and a metal. And then we'll refill. Okay. So this gets removed. We're going to roll. Okay. Well, we're going to play this. This is going to get us, we're going to spend a value of 3 and 3 metal to gain 1 good and twice as much energy. So it's 6 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We are going to place 2 cards to draw 3 cards. And then we're going to spend, we're going to play this for a metal. No, do I want to fix this? No, we'll wait a turn. I got to discard down to resources. Let me double check. I think it's 8 or 12. End of the round. I never usually get this many resources, but right now I have a ton. 12 resources and 10 cards in your hand. Okay. So I have 6. I have 11, so I'm okay for now. Okay. Do I want this to get a medal for next turn? Or no, I want to use it to undo this, so I can try to at least use that. So it's our goes over. We'll go with the... If I get a 6th again, I'm going to get upset. Okay, we didn't get a 6 there. So that gets there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. They're going to build this robo factory. Then they don't score here, they score good for this. They don't score here, and they don't score here. Okay, cool. So let's figure out what we want. Do we have... Yeah, let's discard this promenade to hire helping hands. This is going to cost us 3 energy, and then we can roll 2 extra dice on our work phase, so we get 6 dice total. So let's roll, and then this gets removed. Okay, so we have 6 dice here to work with. Let's see what we got here. So first off, we'll play this biolab. We'll play this energy, pay this energy to get a good on there. We'll play this here and spend a metal to gain 2 of those and another good. Oops. We have a lot of energy. Let's spend 2 energy for 2 on that. I forgot about this Enigma machine, honestly. What else do we want to do? We've got 2 metal and we've got 2 there. We can't do anything with this. I was hoping we would be able to do something with some of these because we have so many values of dice, but fortunately we can't. We'll spend the 2 metal from this and the 4 energy that we have to do this robo factory by discarding this obelisk. Then let's refill on some resources. So that's going to give us 3 energy. No, I'm sorry, 4 energy. No, we'll do 3 energy and we'll do a card draw. And then we'll spend these for 2 metal. And then we'll spend the 2 metal and the energy for this airport. This lets us just place a good out. Now, in a multiplayer game, it has a secondary effect, but in solo, we just get to place a good out. So we're going to do that. That's going to be our turn. We'll go with the machine. I'll just give them that, I guess. Okay, great. They sabotage again. They're going to sabotage this machine, or this one, because it has the most goods on it. They're going to wipe this. I've never had so many 6s get drawn. And they're going to build out that. They don't score, they don't score, they don't score, they don't score. Okay. All right, our go. We don't have no cards in our hands, so let's go ahead and just use it to grab this academy. And we'll roll. Oh, we lose those 2 dice. Still don't have anything for that, which is unfortunate. I do want this back, so we need to probably... We're going to spend the 5 here to gain a good. We're going to spend the 3 here to flip this. And we're going to spend these 2 to get 3 metal. And that'll be our turn. Okay, I'm going to just roll this on its own. Okay, there's a 1. Thank goodness. Okay, they're getting ready to score a bunch of points right now, though. So they're going to build the cloning lab. They score 1, 0, 0, and 1. So they score 2 goods there. Okay, our go. Let's see. This is going to get repaired. What do we want? Is there anything here we want? We'll get this robot. Okay. This is gone. Whoops. I lost that die. Okay, there's a 1 there. Okay. Okay, interesting. So we have a few different options here. I think we can do this. We'll spend an energy to get a good. So we'll swap that out with that. We'll spend these 2 here for 4 metal. We'll spend this to spend 3 metal to gain a good. Oh, this should be here, sorry. To gain a good and 6 energy. We're going to spend the 1 energy and 1 metal to do this robot by discarding our Academy. I can spend a metal to roll an additional die this turn, which is going to be a 1 value. I'm going to spend 2 energy for 2 metal for this Enigma machine. And I'm going to spend this 1 die here to get a good onto this airport. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goods right now in 8 buildings. Okay. That is the that's our turn. We'll roll for the AI. They're gonna build. Okay, they're about to get a ton of stuff. So they're gonna build this Phantom, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 goods. So they're at 9 goods, and again, 12 is the 12 is what triggers the end of the game. So let's just take this warehouse as a card draw, and we'll roll. Okay, let's see. How do we want to work this out? This will be 2 here, so 2 metal for 4 energy and a good. Two energy for 2 metal. We have a lot of energy here. We'll spend this for 2 energy. It'll give us a good and a metal. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's use this for a card draw. And then we'll build this concrete plant. So it's 2 metal, 2 energy. And we'll discard this warehouse for it. And with our last, we'll just get a good here with this airport. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So we're 1 off from... oh, you know what? I should spend this to roll another die. Hold on. It's a 6. We'll use that to get a medal. Okay. I forgot about that. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, so they're going to build test range. Okay, they score no points this turn because 5 is greater than 4, 4 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3, and 4 is greater than 2. Okay. Our go now. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the game. I mean, it's a pretty quick game here. I think we want... I don't have no cards in my hand, so let's take this Biolab, because maybe if we can get this Artisan on our next turn, that would be just a point for us. Okay. So we're going to place this to spend 1 metal for 2 energy and a good. We're going to spend this to roll the die. Okay. We'll spend an energy for this to get a good. So now we've triggered the end of the game. We'll finish the round and do 1 more round after this. I don't have a 4. Unfortunately, I can't activate any of this other stuff, and I haven't gotten any of the vitamins. That these vitamins let us alter our die values. We could discard this for energy. I could discard for 2 metal. We'll place the 6 here for good. We'll place this here for... Wait, is that what I want to do? We'll place this here to draw a card. Oh, there's Vitamin Guy. They're both worth a point. I can't play the Biolab because I already have one. Why don't we spend 2 energy for 2 metal? And then place this here for 2 energy. And then on our turn, we're going to play this... this Fettuccine Factory. 2 and 2. Discard that. This lets us spend 2 dice of any value to get a good, a vitamin, and roll another die. Okay, that's going to be our turn. We'll do the second to last turn for the machine. So they're going to build out this quarry. And they're going to score 1, 2, 2 goods. Now we're going on to the final round. So the final round has started. We're going to use this mentor. Oh, we don't have a card to discard. I can't grab it. Darn it. Okay, that's fine. We also have our 10 buildings built, so... Let's grab this city park in case we can build it. And let's roll. Oh, let's get these off of here. Okay, what can we do here? What are our options? So, 2 die of any value will get us a good and a die roll. So maybe we want to do that. We'll do this. So we'll get a good. We'll get a vitamin. And we'll get a roll a die. It's a 5. Okay. It's too bad I couldn't do this Robo Factory, but that's okay. I can't activate that. Let's activate this here. So it's going to spend... Oh, we need 2 more metal. Never mind. Oh, but I could modify. So let's modify this into a 4. Place that there. Let's us spend 2 energy to get a good and a metal. Can I get this placed out, I wonder? We'll spend a metal to roll another die. Okay, that's a 2 again. Oops, that was a 2 also. We'll place this here for a metal. I think that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to place these 2 here. It's going to be whatever X value is 2. So 2 metal for 2 goods. And that is going to be our turn. We'll take the final turn for the machine. Okay, they're going to build this think tank. Oh, that goes there. Okay, they score a good, no goods, a good, and a good. So it's going to be 3 goods for them. So I'm going to swap out this 1 for a 4. And that's going to be the end of the game. So we're going to count up our prestige value, which is the point value here on the machine, on our buildings. This is just my hand. And then we're going to count up our goods. And then we're going to count up, they get 1 point for all their buildings plus an additional point for a monument. And then they're good. So let's count up the points here. So they have, we'll just go with the machine. This counts for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, or I'm sorry, yeah, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29 points is the final score for the machine. Let's take a look at our points. We have, let's move these out of the way, maybe combine some of this. So 29 was their points, right? Yeah, there's 2 there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is worth nothing. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27. So just shy. We lost. If I had gotten this out, we would have tied. So we lost by 2 points, which, you know what? I think it happens. We really got messed up because they got so many sabotages on us, and we just really hindered us from being able to do some things, but it happens. But that is a playthrough of Fantastic Factories. Again, this is both with the 2 expansions. The first expansion just gives us asymmetric player powers, so it gives us an ability and starting resources, and there are quite a few of these, so these are pretty fun. I think they're pretty easy add. The Subterfuge one, I don't like as much because it has a lot of take that stuff. Now in solo, it's not a big deal, and it's a little more interactive with the bot because you can sabotage the bot. I didn't ever do it, but if we sabotage the bot, we just block off one of their colors. So if they have a lot of buildings of a certain color, you block them off, stop them from scoring up for a turn. And then obviously if they rolled a 6, they block us off, and they just got really lucky and rolled a ton of 6s. So that is Fantastic Factories. Let me know what you guys think. It's a very nice engine building game. In multiplayer, you would be doing the work phase simultaneously. So we take turns for the market phase, but then the work phase, we're just doing our own thing. There's a really nice sense of progression, especially because I love dice worker placement because, you know, obviously at the very beginning we're doing very little, and then as you build out your stuff, you're like, oh, I can do this thing and this thing and this thing, and that's a lot of fun you're just kind of building your own little engine there. So the engine building is very satisfying. It's a lot of fun, and it's a very quick game for solo. So that's Fantastic Factories. Let me know what you guys think of the game. And we only played on medium, and medium's good for me. It's a pretty back and forth, although I think I might have a pretty decent win rate. And the way the difficulty scales is you just give a different amount of cards. So insane would start with 5 cards instead of 3. Easy would start with 2. So that's how that works. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for voting on Fantastic Factories, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.